Hello, my name is Brenda, and this is week one of our vlog episode for our fabulous group, the Frosty Llamas. And happy Thursday, you've almost made it to Friday. Almost. So I will be your Thursday person, and this week we were posed with a very thought-provoking question by our good old Monday person, Maddie, and it was, how does music affect your perception of something? That was his question was really directed towards like games, movies, and stores. So I don't really play that many games except The Sims, but it's not as frequent as some of my other fellow vlogmates. So my fellow vlogmates have already discussed and covered bases of music and things like scary movies, which I thought was interesting, and of course games like Zelda, and other awesome video games. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about music in more specific locations. So this past weekend, I just came back home from school. So it's my spring break weekend, and the reason I say that is because it's been snowing basically the whole time. Very, very lovely, I have to say. But one of my favorite things to do, and one of the first things I just always do when I come back from school, is go to the mall. Particularly, one of my favorite stores to go to is Urban Outfitters. We have one back at our school. So whenever I go into Urban Outfitters, I feel like the ambience is very like hipster, too cool for school, kind of like festival chic, kind of like, I don't know, that kind of like I'm too cool for you vibe. And part of what makes it feel that way, I feel, has a lot to do with the music they play. And like I never like realized this before until like recently, but like stores like Urban Outfitters and stores like Alto Hollister, which you've probably heard of, Hollister just always plays like music that just kind of reminds you of like summertime fun, chilling by the beach, careless kind of attitude. But like Urban Outfitters always has like very out there music, and it's like very hipster, and it's like something that's just borderline sometimes unusual. No offense. Or sometimes it's just music that's just very unheard of, and it's not like mainstream. Um, but that's just kind of how I feel every time I go into the store. So like when I pick up like one of the blouses off the sale rack or something, I just feel like I'm about to buy something that's like beyond out of this world and one of a kind. Which reminds me, I bought these fabulous shoes. No, I'm just kidding. Um, that's relevant. But oh, sorry. So back to the Urban Outfitters. If you really pay attention to like some stores, you get kind of this like certain type of mood that their clothes kind of go hand in hand with the music that's played. So like another example that I thought about was the Store Express. I'm sure you've heard of it. If not, just look up their website and you'll totally get what I'm talking about right now. I always feel like the music's just so upbeat, like like bass kind of music, and it's like really fast paced, and it's like, oh my god, exhilarating, exciting. And I feel like I'm just like about to like walk a runway or something, like I'm about to like strut my stuff and like put my my sunglasses on, and people are just gonna like applaud me as I walk down the runway. And I just, if you look at their clothes, I don't know, any of their clothes, like you just kind of see it just looks like something off the runway, very like put together, very polished, very like oh, only it's very polished is what I'm gonna say. And it's kind of really scary now that I think about it, and maybe, it might have to rethink my whole life because of this. Is kind of scary to think how music kind of shapes our perception, even in the like smallest things like clothing in certain like commercialized stores, especially. And like as my vlogmates already covered with scary movies, it's like, sometimes because of the music that's played in the background, we're just even more terrified about what's about to come in the movie or what's about to come in the video game. So, I mean, it's just something to think about and maybe something to take note, you know? Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully this wasn't too long and boring. And I take it over to my next video vlogmate.